Welcome to the golden elevators of Trump Tower. Donald Trump lives here, and until now, this was his proudest achievement. Although his hometown didn't vote for him, he is a native New Yorker. Although his life began a world away from Manhattan in the borough of Queens.
Okay, today we are in the beautiful Jamaica Estates. You'll see on this first turn what I'm talking about. Nice white Rolls Royce in the driveway. Gated house. We are in the neighborhood that Donald Trump grew up in. His first two houses were in this neighborhood. Jamaica Estates was established in 1907 by the Jamaica Estates Corporation. They just built this whole area. Their mission was to have this whole neighborhood and keep it obviously an affluent area. Back when this place was first established, and like around when Donald Trump lived here, it was 95% white. Now it's 45% foreign born. So it's about 11% Bangladeshi, 10% Filipino, 7% Haitian, 5% Guyanese, 4% Russian. And there's over 1,000, I hope I pronounce this right, Bakaran Jews here.
The Bible says the immigrants and the poor and the weak in our midst should be embraced and should be supported and should be protected. It's a fundamental teaching of the Bible.
Do you believe that President Trump is abiding by those teachings?
If we reflect on some of the current tendencies of the executive orders around immigration, this church would have died. And we think the country will die if the move is to prevent immigrants from participating and coming. Immigrants are as precious a resource to America as oil and coal.
That house right there, kind of blocked by the tree. 85-15 Wareham Place. Now, he moved from there when he was 4 and then lived in this other house, which is actually directly behind that house that we just looked at. Now, they went from a normal one-family home, they call it a Tudor. Wow, that's a nice Hummer, H1 Hummer.
This is where Donald Trump grew up.
That is exactly where he grew up, the 23-room house, the largest house on the block. There's no gold on the outside. I don't even know if there's any gold on the inside, but it is large, ostentatious. The parents did teach the kids the value of $1. The boys had paper routes. The kids had odd jobs. The father worked 7 days a week. It's Sunday. Why would you rest? He still maintains this kind of presentation as a regular guy who happens to be rich. He was interested in building a brand that would be the biggest, the splashiest, and that would be identified with success and with winning.
So they went from that normal home, that's really an average house, to this house that's a 23-room, 9-bathroom home. Both of the homes his father built.
So 13 stops on the F train, Jamaica Estates, Donald Trump, born and raised in a beautiful looking house. I wanted to know what do his neighbors think, his former neighbors, his would-be neighbors, had he stuck around. But he had to come out here to Manhattan. But this is what they had to say. Take a look at this. When you think of Donald Trump, you always think about giant Manhattan skyscrapers, not a house like this in a suburban part of Queens, New York. But it turns out that Trump actually grew up in this house when he was a kid in New York City. And that's why we're out here in Mr. Trump's neighborhood, to see what some of the folks out here think of his bid for president. What's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph, you said you grew up around here?
Yeah, I grew up in Jamaica, Queens. Yeah.
And so Donald Trump lived in this house right here. You going to vote for him on Tuesday?
No.
Definitely not?
Not at all.
Do you know who grew up in this neighborhood?
Besides myself?
Let me give you a clue. He's running for president.
Yeah, some would say Donald Trump grew up in Jamaica States.
How do you feel about that? He sort of came from your neighborhood.
Well, I'm an assemblywoman, so I am not supporting Donald Trump.
Who are you supporting?
I'm supporting Hillary Clinton.
Who are your constituents?
A lot of first-generation immigrants.
You think he's got a shot out here on Tuesday?
Nope.
Jacob from MSNBC.
Hi.
You know that this is Donald Trump grew up around the corner right there on Midland Parkway.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I know.
You can vote for Donald Trump?
Hell no.
Hell no?
Hell no.
If Donald Trump ever took the subway, most likely this is the subway he took, the F train at 179th Street Station. Can I ask you a quick question? Do you live here in Jamaica?
Yes.
Are you voting on Tuesday?
Yeah, I have to.
Who are you going to vote for?
Bernie.
For Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
Well, what about Donald Trump? He's from the neighborhood.
Forget
He
about
grew up here in Jamaica State.
He's a nice guy, but I'll vote for him.
You know who grew up in this neighborhood?
I know that maybe Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent, something like that.
Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent grew up in this neighborhood. I didn't know that.
I mean, maybe there is something more important, but I knew about them.
Depends if you like American politics. Donald Trump?
Oh, I don't like him, but I didn't know that he was from here.
So you like Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent better?
I prefer, Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent than Donald Trump, for sure.